guys! Today I am going to be doing a reading vlog. I've done a few reading vlogs on my channel in the past, and since those ones I've also attempted a ton of reading vlogs, but the phone that I usually use to film these on so I can like nicely hold it has run out of memory storage, so I'm having to use my giant Canon camera, which I have to hold with two hands, and it doesn't have autofocus. So this should be interesting. Also out of focus. But today and tomorrow is the 24 and 48 readathon. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a readathon that takes place over 48 hours, and the goal is to try and read for 24 hours within that 48-hour time period. So every time I read, I time myself on my phone, and in the end it should add up to 24 hours, or at least that is the goal. It's my first time ever doing this readathon. I've seen a lot of other people do it, and I was watching a lot of people's vlogs for this the last time that they did it, and so I decided to sign up last minute and give it my best shot. I'm not gonna say whether I think I'll be able to do it or not. Like, I know in my head whether I think I'll be able to do it or not, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'm just going to try my best because that's all that I can do. I saw a lot of people posting their TBRs on Twitter, and a lot of people had like a stack of really short books that they were gonna try and complete, and I was trying to look around my shelves and I realized that I don't really have a lot of shorter books, or at least ones that I haven't already read. Most of the books that I own are usually like 300 plus pages, so instead of reading shorter books, I decided that I would just try and get through a really big book over 2 days. So I'm going to be reading City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is like 500 and something pages. I think it's around 540 pages, so it's pretty big and definitely something that I wouldn't reckon I could read in like 2 days, but I'm going to give it my best shot. It's currently a little bit after 10:30 in the morning, and I've so far read 219 pages of this book, and I've read a grand total of 2 hours and 52 minutes, which I'm a little bit disappointed in because I feel like I've been reading forever. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to read, and yet I've only read for 3 hours, not even. So far I'm enjoying this book. This is probably my favorite one so far out of the 3 that I've read. This is the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments, just in case you didn't know. It is quite overwhelming. Like, it's really big, and there are lots of characters, and there are lots of characters being introduced, and there's a lot of history and a lot of stuff happening. It's very overwhelming, but so far I'm enjoying it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. We might be going out to Walmart later today to just pick up some stuff, but other than that, I just plan to spend my day reading this book. Yeah, don't really know what else to say. I'm really rusty when it comes to reading vlogs. Like, I've filmed a couple of them in the past, and I've tried to film so many of them since then with other readathons that I've participated in, but when you have to film on like this giant camera that you can't hold, like I have to hold it with two hands, so like I can't even hold up a book and hold this camera at the same time, and the fact that it doesn't have autofocus makes it that much harder, so it's just made it really hard to film these reading vlogs. But I love watching reading vlogs. They're probably some of my favorite booktube videos to watch, so I'm really just going to work with what I got right now and try my best. But yeah, that is all for now. I will check in with you guys later. Okay, so it's now about 3:30 in the afternoon, and my hair has gotten significantly worse, but I thought I would give you a little bit of a reading update. Since the last time we talked, it's been quite a few hours. I ate lunch, I took my dog for a walk, hence the reason for my hair being so messed up, because it was a bit windy out, and it was actually kind of warm out today. It's like 40 degrees, which is still kind of cold, but it's pretty warm for January, so I actually took advantage of that and read outside for a little bit. And then we went to the stores, which is what took up the majority of my afternoon. I actually tried to read a different book on the way there. I really wanted to start reading in the car because I spend a lot of my time in the car, so I feel like it would be a great place to read while I'm stuck there anyway. But it's always very distracting in the car because usually I drive with my mom and my grandpa in the car, and they're usually like listening to the radio or talking, and so there's a lot of distractions in the car. So I didn't want to bring this book because this book has so much stuff going on that I feel like you you have to be in your full mindset in order to read that. So I actually got an ebook from Overdrive that's a bit more of like a mindless read. I got The Silver Eyes, that's what the cover looks like, and it's a Five Nights at Freddy's novel, which is like a video game. If you don't know what that is, it's a horror video game, and they released some books to go along with it. So I really wanted to read them, and they're just like little short horror stories that I figured you probably didn't need your full attention like when I'm in the car to read them, but I actually only ended up reading a couple of pages because it like gripped me right away. Like, I'm already super intrigued by the story, so I decided to not read that in the car and actually read it when I can focus on what I'm reading so I can fully enjoy it, because I really enjoyed what I had read so far, but I was finding it getting really distracting in the car. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of reading done since we last talked. I'm up to page 292 of City of Glass, and the amount of time I've read is 3 hours and 49 minutes. So yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon, which means in order to get, like, ideally you'd want to get up to like 12 hours in the first day, which I'd have to be reading like 24/7 until the end of today to get to that. So I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm still going to try and spend as much as I can of my night reading this book. So yeah, that is all for now, and I will update you guys a bit later on tonight. So it's now like 7:15 in the evening, and I'm sorry the lighting is super bad, but it's so bad that I can't even tell if the video is properly in focus. So if it's out of focus, I'm sorry, but I figured I would kind of do my last reading update for tonight because I don't reckon I'm going to have much else to say for the rest of the night, and once I take my makeup off, I don't like to film anyway. But I've read up to page 408 in this book, so I only have that much left. It's like less than 150 pages, so I'm really hoping I'll be able to finish this by tonight. If I do, I'll be really impressed with myself because I've never read like a 550 page book in one day, so that would be awesome. And so far I have read 5 hours and 11 minutes, which, you know, isn't great when you're trying to read 24 hours in a span of 48 hours, but I'm doing the best that I can. Hopefully I'll be able to read a lot more tomorrow, because I think everybody else's strategy of reading a lot of smaller books was a much better idea because you can just get through them a lot faster and they're a lot more like motivating to keep reading, whereas this one, like, the chapters are so long and I'm just like, ugh, when is the next chapter gonna end? Not that I'm not enjoying it, because I haven't really even talked about like my thoughts on this book, but it's just that the chapters are so long and it just feels like it's dragging on a bit. So far, I'm actually enjoying this book. For those of you who don't know, I'm reading The Mortal Instruments for the very first time. So I read the first two, and I thought they were okay. Like, I gave the first one 3 stars, and I gave the second one 2 stars. And so far, this one's probably my favorite one that I've read. I've been doing spoilery discussions for all of these, so I don't want to say too much about it because anything I do have to say about it is pretty spoilery. But I really like that finally, like, our questions are being answered, so everything is kind of being concluded, because I hear that apparently this was supposed to be written as like a trilogy, maybe, sort of. That's what I heard somewhere. I'm kind of enjoying this as like a concluding book, even though I am going to read the rest of the series. But yeah, that is all for now. I'm just going to spend the rest of my night reading, so wish me luck, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey Hey friends, so it's now the next day. Sorry again for the horrific lighting, but there's really nothing I can do about that right now. So last night at around 9:30, I finished City of Glass. I read a 550-page book in a day. I am super impressed with myself because I've never done that before. The first book that I read this year was Heartless, which was 450 pages, and I read that in 2 days, and I was like super impressed with myself. So this is even better. Well, that was book 1 done, and then this morning I read The Only Pirate at the Party by Lindsay Stirling. This is a memoir, autobiography, and I had already read 50 pages of this before the readathon had started, but I just finished the last 200 pages this morning, so that's book 2 done. Currently 1:30 in the afternoon, and so far I've read 9 hours and 29 minutes, so at this point it's pretty clear that I'm not going to reach the 24 hours. Even if I read nonstop until midnight, I still wouldn't reach it, so that's not going to be happening, but that is okay. I'm still really happy with how much I've read. I didn't actually expect to get this far, so I don't really know what to pick up next. I already read all of the books on my January TBR, so I'm not really sure what to do from here. I want to pick up a standalone, but I realized that I don't really have many standalones. Today would have been a great day to go to the library, but I don't think that's going to be happening, so I think I'm going to pick up Pivot Point by Casey West. This is a duology, and it seems like it would be a pretty fast read. I've actually attempted to read this twice. I thought my bookmark was still in here, but I guess I took it out. So yeah, this is my reading plan for the afternoon, and I think I might take my dog for a walk right after I finish filming this, and then I might read outside for a little bit because that was really nice yesterday. So yeah, those are all my plans for right now, and I will check back in with you guys later. Hey friends, so it's now much later. It's almost 7:30 at night. My little puppy dog is sound asleep over there, looking adorable as usual. And kind of bad news, I decided to end this 24 and 48 hour readathon just altogether earlier this afternoon because I woke up this morning and my eyes really hurt, and I carried on reading, which probably wasn't a good idea. I think reading a lot is great, and I loved how much I read yesterday, but I think it really took a toll on my eyes, plus waking up early 2 days in a row, which I don't normally do. So I just don't want to make myself read, especially when your eyes hurt or when you have a headache and reading. It's just not fun. So I don't want to push myself to read a book that might make me not enjoy it as much as it would if I was feeling okay, if you get what I'm saying. So I didn't read any of Pivot Point, and I'm ending this readathon having read about 9.5 hours and I think around 750 pages in total, which I'm pretty happy with. So I was honestly just going to scrap this whole vlog, but I didn't want to waste everything that I just filmed, so I decided I would upload it anyway, even though it ended kind of sadly. So just to kind of give you a final wrap-up of everything that I read, I started off by reading City of Glass, which I read in its entirety on the first day, which was around 550 pages, and then I read the last 200 pages of The Only Pirate at the Party. For some reason, I keep forgetting the name of this book, but it's such a unique title, you'd think I'd remember it. And this, yeah, as I said, I only read the last 200 pages of this. So in total, I read about 750 pages, as I said, and I gave this one 4 stars, and I gave City of Glass 3.75 stars. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing this readathon, and next year, does this happen once a year or does it happen more often? I kind of don't want to wait a whole year to do it again because I do want to try and do it again. I think I'm going to prepare myself a little bit more. I'm going to try and get an audiobook next time so I don't have to use my eyes the whole time to do all the reading, and I can read even when I just can't sit down and read. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog anyway. I really want to do more vlogs on my channel because, as I said at the beginning, I really love watching these videos, so I'd love to be able to do them. And yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!